I'm waiting for some people to come on. I haven't done a live. I don't remember the last time I did a live. And I was so shocked to see that you can do filters on here. You can do filters on your live. So that's kind of crazy. This is going to be a live that I'm going to then save, probably put into the IGTV, maybe upload to YouTube as well, because this is going to be the daily core work. So I don't think when I share my stretching and flexibility that I'm going to be working on the next 30 days. So I'm going to do core work, my own stretching and flexibility either morning or at night, and then I'm going to do a daily yoga practice. I'm not sharing the yoga practice. I am not a certified yoga teacher. I am a registered primal vinyasa teacher and breath work. So we might be working with some of those elements, but I just wanted to show you guys how I will be working on my transverse abdominis, which is, think of it like the core set of your stomach. So oftentimes, I have a very old post on this. I should probably post it again. But this is what keeps you really, really tight. Really tight in your stomach, right? A lot of times people so you breathe in and breathe in and out. And that tightening that you can feel, right? And it also works with your pelvic floor, is your inner core set and what is holding you together. So anyway, I know that some of you wanted to follow along. I'll be posting this daily. This one is just going to sit and live because I will be doing it before I get on to talk about my stretches. So another thing is I think it's totally fine. Hi, familiar faces on here. Say hello. I am also happy to do Q&A at any time. Your core can be worked more than a lot of other muscles. It recovers very, very quickly. That being said, if it's too sore, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it, or do less sets, less reps. I did forget my yoga block and my books because I'm also going to be working on an L sit, and I can barely L sit off of just my hands. I still need the blocks as I develop that core strength that's really going to help me pop up into the L sit. So anyway, I'm going to show you guys just really some of the basic things. Feel free to make it your own. If you have questions or other modifications that you need, let me know. So I'm going to get on the mat and start it off with a really basic one. Hopefully this music doesn't pull it down. So I'm going to move this down even further, pull it back, and I hope that you can hear. So the first way that I really like to start this off is, one of my favorite exercises is dead bugs. But before we even get into dead bugs, I'm just going to be helping you activate your TVA. So a lot of people, we see them doing exercises like leg lifts, like this, and they're really using a lot of their hips. You'll see people doing hanging leg raises. It's the exact same things. Whoa, Tiff. Wow, it's been such a hot minute. How are you? I would love an update. I hope you're doing well. So a lot of people, they're doing the hanging leg raises, and it's just like they're using momentum, they're swinging, things like this. And so unless you are extremely advanced and you have an extremely strong core, these exercises should be really difficult. And trust me, these burn for me, burn. So what I want you to do is to come into basically tabletop position, but on your back. So you're gonna pop your knees up. Those are gonna be at 90 degrees. And the main focus here, and something that I have to cue myself on a lot, I don't know if you can see me doing it, the comments are in the way right now, is oftentimes you can take your hands and slide them under your lower back, right? What you need to think about in your biggest cue is going to be really rounding, I'm shaking right now, really rounding your back into the floor. Because I worked these yesterday, my stomach is already tired doing that. So the first thing to do to start that activation, and what can also help, is to, again, have the knees at 90 degrees, place your hands on top of your thighs, round your back into the floor, and then start to push into your thighs. That's the first exercise. That's the first way. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm going to warm up my core. I try to do this for 20 to 30 seconds. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day here. I love, and again, right now I have to cue back to floor, back to floor, back to floor. Okay, so that's one. And I always take a little break too, and I'll show you guys the hip movements that I do. Oh, Andres, hola, ¿cómo estás? Abrazos, sí, pura vida. So that's one set. I'm going to show you guys the way that I open my hips too as I'm in between sets. I also sometimes like to work on my push-ups. No lie, I did some push-ups the other day, and whoo, my shoulders and my chest are still like really tight. I did one set. I did them very strictly and well, and so I'll go over that as well because I think it's a nice way to I mean, to be honest, if you're in that plank position and you're doing push-ups, it's more core work, so you're kind of double dipping there. But that's the first one, and I can't stress enough, this TBA is related to your posture, your pelvic floor, and the way you breathe. And pretty soon I'm going to have more information on breath, because that can really, you know, I am a certified transformational breath facilitator, and that can change, it can change your life, your anxiety, your pain, your digestion. It's a lot, and it's something that everybody has the capacity to do. It exists within you, and it's right here, and it's available to you, and it's free. So anyway, so that was the first set, and then I usually wait a little bit. The next thing that I'll do is I'll move into a dead bug that is a little bit more dynamic, but we're still utilizing the same thing. You don't have to advance. I often regress things because I can tell sometimes when I progress them, my form gets a little sloppy. And the point is that you want to be able to feel it all the way through. So with a traditional dead bug, you are in that exact same position here, really rounding your back into the floor, arms up overhead, straight up. And then I do a couple different things. I'll do it for the third round. What you can do is you can't really see, but you can fully straighten the leg. That's a little advanced. There's no need to do that. Just tap. Oh yeah, that even feels better for me. Just tap it down. You can just tap it down. Keep rounding your spine into the floor. That's huge, right? So that's 1, 2. Each time you tap it down is a rep. If you want to, you can bring in the arms. Not straightening the legs, just tapping it down. Oh my gosh. This is extremely difficult. If it's not, you're probably not engaging your core. So I think I'll actually just stick to the ab portion today, just to keep it clear for you guys, and then another day I'll show you what I do during the rest time, whether it be push-ups or whether it be the hip opening sequence. Again, if it's not working for you, don't do it. You can overstretch, and you don't want to do that. So I'll probably be alternating in between upper body and lower body and things like that. What's going on, guys? Who's going to be joining me for the 30 days? I have a cool, I've taken this book like everywhere with me. It's Find Your Happy Daily Mantras. I love to pick a random day. Today is pretty good. I stay focused on projects until I see a successful conclusion, and I give others the benefit of the doubt, which is one of my favorite things to do. So I'm going to read that one today, and then we'll go into the next set. So I give others the benefit of the doubt. You have a choice. You can trust people the first time you meet them, or you can distrust them until they earn it. When you give people the benefit of the doubt, you see the good and allow them to show you their true colors. There is no need to judge others for their actions or suspect that they are being dishonest. Give them the benefit of the doubt and watch how your communication will deepen. And then kind of the mantra today is, I see the good in others, I give them the benefit of the doubt, and I have my own issues and I leave my own issues out of situations. I approach each relationship non-judgmentally and with an open mind. I believe in the good of others and trust their characters. And then it says, who can I forgive and give the benefit of the doubt? So I love that. I talked about that when I was in Mexico, actually. And that woman was so rude to me, and she said, can I help you? And I was like, no, but I'm going to give her, she should have given me the benefit of the doubt that I was just looking around, and I could have given her, well, I did that day, the benefit of the doubt that lady's just having a bad day. So, you know, what we think of others' situations and their words and all of that, right? Thunderwolf says, I give them a chance until they screw up. Yeah, what do you guys do? Do you wait for, like, you know, this comes with dating too. I have a friend, and he's like, I focus on one person and I go with them. He's like, until I see a red flag. So, right, that's kind of how I like to live, is very open and trusting, and then going into it. Okay, that was definitely long enough of a pause. I'm going to scoot back so you guys can see the variation, and then I'll do one more exercise. There are many more, but this is like the most basic one that I like to do. So again, you can see I'm not going to do full leg extension. I can tell that I do not need it. Keeping my legs bent is enough. Like I said, my abs are already really tired, so it's just this position, and you can go right leg, right arm, back, tap it down, tap it down, really pushing your back into the floor. Sometimes what I like to do, just for a little bit of a brain exercise, because, you know, this isn't the most exciting exercise. Yes, it's very hard, but just to make it a bit more stimulating, sometimes what I do is right leg, right arm, left leg, right arm, and I do it again, same side. And then I'll switch it up, and I'll go right arm, left leg, right leg, left arm. Do that, and then I switch it back, right? Woo. Just something for the brain to do, and it is really good, that contralateral movement. Ugh. New neural pathways, keeping them strong. I lost count, so we're just gonna do 8, 7, 6, 5, more rounding, 4, floor back, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Man. It's gonna be hard to do those every day, but I'm committed to some form of it, even if it's like L sits or one sort of set. So for everybody that's joining new, popping in, this is the daily core work that I'll be doing prior to the stretching that I'll be sharing. I won't be doing a yoga sequence. That's something that I'm going to follow somebody else's. Oh, Thunderwolf is following along. Switching the arms around was a bit of a challenge. Yes, it is. It should be a challenge. You know, I really like this saying that is, we, what is it? We don't, it's like we grow old because we stop playing. We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. And, you know, if you watch kids, oh my gosh, they're so smart. They're so intuitive. They're always, right? They're like always sitting like this. They just naturally sit in the proper squat position that we're supposed to. That's another thing, is that you guys, if you don't want to be doing the hip mobility work sequence that I'll be showing you before, in between your sets, you can just sit like this. And if you have issues with that, you can always put like a block or something here to sit on so that your back stays straight. That's a really nice way to just start to, I have a post on this, improve your digestion, increase groin flexibility. I mean, you can read your book, you can text on your phone, you can scroll on Instagram. But yes, the switching the arms around is a challenge, and it should be a challenge. You know, working out is not just aesthetic. There's so many things that we're doing with that. So when you think about when you are doing contralateral movement, you are building superhighways in your brain. There's this guy that I follow, one cool kid, he's also out of Oregon, and he does some of these things, right? So, I have one that I'll post. It's really hard. But to have that right and left side going at the same time, it's absolutely amazing. So that's a long enough of a break. You can continue to do those. Sometimes I do, but typically what I do is I finish off with one where I am, and again, where you position your arms is going to make a difference. Normally, I probably don't do as long of a rest period, but take as much time as you need. And I kind of do these boat rocks. So I put my arms overhead and then I just rock back and forth. It is a little bit more advanced, and I'm sure a lot of you, you know, I used to have a 12 pack when I competed, so it looked like my core was really strong. I can assure you that it wasn't. I could not hold I couldn't even get up into a headstand, right? It was purely aesthetic, right? Not functional whatsoever. And now I don't have a 6-pack, and I am going to, and now I have like a much stronger core. Tiffany says the movements that look easy are always the most difficult. It's true. And if it's easy, you're not doing it right. I can assure you that, unless you are extremely advanced. And I would say that even the people that are the most advanced are telling you, like, look, I can make it difficult by slowing down. And also remember, don't think that you have to do the most advanced movement. I regress things all the time because I can feel them. There's benefits to regressing because your form is that dialed in and that perfect. And then, you know, when you're progressing, you see your weak areas and you're getting the movement in. So there's both, right? I like to mix it up. Some days I go more advanced, and some days, like today, I just had my knee bent the entire time and I could feel my core so much more engaged. I love that. So here's the last move that I'll do. This one, your legs are going to be straight, and put your arms overhead. Sometimes you can do a nice stretch, and I'll probably do a little stretch with you afterwards, just to kind of open up the front side of the body. So arms go overhead, everything's kind of in my way, and you pick your feet, again, back into the floor. You can't see my feet, but they're, I need to scoot this back. They're only a few inches off of the floor. There we go. And you're just gonna rock back and forth. I do 20 reps. There we go. Okay. If arms overhead is too difficult, you can bring them in. Five more. And then I usually pop up at the end, maybe do like some things to the side, just to hold it. You can also go back down. You can do it slow. Oops. And that's it. That is it, my friends. So I will share my hip sequence on another video, just something that I like to do while I am resting. But that's such a great way to warm up prior to lifting, prior to anything, because your core is really where you are bracing. So it's just such a lovely way to start it, to start getting warm, especially when you pair it with the hip sequence or the push-ups. Like, I'm really warm by the time that I finish that. So I'd love to hear from you guys. I'd love to see who's joining in. Again, this is what I will be doing prior to getting on the lives most days. I'll time myself and see how long it takes, but that way I'm just, boom, getting it in, getting it done, and then starting the stretching. So for me, I'm gonna do a yoga flow now, and then afterwards, because my body's gonna be nice and warm and already limber, I'm probably going to be going into my own stretches, and I will share that over the next 30 days. Not today, I'm just doing it for me, but I wanted to start this so you guys know what I'm doing prior to. So yes, you're very welcome for the workout tips. Tiff, you're so welcome. Please write me. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you guys have a lovely day. You can see this patio. Well, there's my butt. This patio is gorgeous. I might get in the pool and have an amazing view. All the birds, I'm dying over the birds. I realize how important it is for me to have trees and birds around. Akshay says, thanks, of course. So what time will your lives be Pacific Standard Time? That's a great question, because another reason why I'm doing this is because I need to get in a better schedule and a better routine. So I would like to start my day like this, but I also might be going to Spanish class in the morning. I'm not really sure. So it might vary a little bit, but I would like to stick to it. Regardless, I will be posting, I'll be doing a live, probably saving it as an IGTV video, and then doing an abbreviated version where I'm just taking the clip and speeding it up so you guys can see the stretches, and posting that to my feed. And for all of you that are joining on now, Michelle, go ahead and watch this. This is my daily core work that I'll be doing, and I'll show you guys some other exercises when I implement them, like with the L-sits, and there are some that are just so tiny, but they're so difficult. And another reason why I'm doing this that I didn't talk about is my QL is, I'm having some problems. I was like, 34 is the year that I'm gonna have back problems, but I'm sure it's because one of my hips is just not right. So it's kind of like PT for me too, while I am also not exercising for my HPA axis dysregulation. So anyway, I'm gonna flow it out, you guys. I hope you have a really lovely Sunday. I'm gonna upload this, so if you have questions, comments, whatever, just wanna say hi, then please comment, and I look forward to the next 30 days with you guys. Have a great Sunday.